Okay, truth. Video number 6. So, the energies were starting to move really fast. And I was being tested. I feel like I was probably going through the dark night of the soul and have been going through it and just got out of it recently. Um, but, so this video is going to be short. This is going to talk about the time that I had someone that took care of my mom. And I told her that they were going to try to clone her son. The person her son was with, she was trying to swap him out, and that her husband was trying to swap her out. And she just said there was nothing she could do. So eventually the swap had taken place, and I did not realize it. And so they had taken out her son, and what I understand now is that she wanted her son back. In order to get her son back, she offered up my mom. And so somehow or another, on my mom's birthday, she had asked me if she could take my mom to the casino because my mom used to love to go to the casino. And I said yes, and somehow or another, she ended up taking my mom somewhere and giving my mom's DNA. Something happened. And by the time I realized what's going on, I called who was my friend at the time, and she goes, "Oh no, it's still your mom. They're going to swap her out in 16 days. But she said it with no emotional feeling. And I said, "What?" And she goes, "You can keep her watching your mom. You've got some time." And I kept feeling that my mom had already been swapped out. And so that night, my mom had been sick. I took her to the hospital. And truth be told, I wasn't going to pick her back up because it wasn't my mom, I felt. But soon I channeled that it was my mom. And so I ended up bringing my mom back home. And that same day, I terminated the lady. Well, I told her not to come back. No, I told her my mom was sick. And I was trying to process everything that was going on. Time was moving fast. It was like a friggin' movie where you're looking all around and all this stuff is happening, and it was literally like one of those scenes in the movie where I'm all, what are we gonna, like that. And I had to calm myself down. Just thought it's going to be what it's going to be. Every soul has their journey. If I can save her, I'm going to save her. If I can't, then I can't. And I did want to save her. She was my mom. I loved her. Felt like she was a good mom. And I felt like they did not have a right to take her out because of me. How dare they? And so the lady that did it, she had left stuff in our house so that they could get back in. Something like the lights had went out and stuff, and she goes, "Oh, I brought a light for you guys." And when I touched it, I could feel I needed to get out the house. I was actually, so I got it out the house, I put it in the garage. But it was later in the night. I was actually in bed and I could feel that energy, and I jumped up, ran and got it, took it out the house. I actually took it out the garage and threw it in the backyard because I knew that was how her husband was going to get in. And her husband was not human, and he felt like he was going to come in and take care of us or whatever he thought he was going to do. No, bitch. No. So I got it out of the house, and And then I let her know that she could no longer work there, and she said she needed her husband's stuff, and she needed me to approve her time, which I was always going to approve the time in which she worked. I need to be paid. I need to get, honey, ain't everybody dark like you? I will pay folks. But she had this energy where I need my money because folks like that, beings like that, how they think that's how everybody thinks. And I said, you'll get paid like you always do through the system. No, I need it now. You're not getting it now. You're getting it how you always get it. And I mean that energy. And when I channeled it, her best friend came with her to meet me to give her back her husband's stuff. And I channeled that they had decided they would try to do it to her best friend. So I don't know if they took her out. I never channeled it again. But I cut all ties. I took her, she tried to contact my mom. I changed my mom's number. There was no way she was ever going to contact my mom again. And I cleared my mom's energy. I did a spiritual cleanse on her. And I brought somebody else into the house. And I distinctively remember the person I told you about who was kind of like soul family, but lost her alignment. She's the one that said, you have 16 days, you can keep her. Do you know she had our electricity, that was when the electricities were being cut off. And our electricity had been cut off. And she said, at the time, she was going to give me her generator to borrow. And she gave it to us, and it was in our house. And that was the biggest mistake of my life. Because at that time, she had made a deal. She had made a deal to take us out. And she actually was working with our neighbors. And yeah, Spirit showed me everything. It was pretty horrible. And the karma that came for her was horrible as well. It had nothing to do with me. But yeah, and then I hired somebody. Oh, what I was going to say is that she said, I remember her saying, after everything happened and I had to get rid of the lady that was taking care of me, she goes, it's probably going to happen with everybody you hire. No, it's not. But she too had an energy of no empathy. And I don't know if that was the real her, because I had a soul contract with her. But her energy turned really dark really fast. She aligned with the wrong side. Anyhow, so I got my mom better. Oh, the lady that was taking care of my mom, she was poisoning my mom, putting something in her water. I think it was something like COVID or something. It was something she was putting in my mom's drink. So I had to nurse my mom back to health, throw away all her meds and everything that this lady had tampered with. And I just went and got herbs. And my mom, when I took her to the hospital, they were like, her lungs are bad, this is bad, that's bad, she got pneumonia, she got the, and I took her home. I got some mullein, I got some elderberry, and other spiritual things. And I got the light, the multi-wave frequencies, and I put those lights around her, and I started giving her herbs, and I brought my mom back. My mom's never been better. She's had her ups and downs because they do spell work on her, but they cannot take her out. Anyway, that was the time when they tried to clone my mom. And during that time, they were still trying to clone me, but I don't think my blood will clone. That's a story for another time. And they also tried to do my daughter. But I also don't think that they can take out my daughter. I think Kiara, she's very protected. Our family in general is protected. And we do have some reptilian shapeshifters in our family who have married in, and I know who they are. And they will not regenerate. That is confirmation. And that is the end of this video. I will see you soon. Bye. Wow. Did y'all see that? Confirmation. Y'all ain't regenerating.